Yo, 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 YouTube, it's time for a mail day video. Got a pretty good stack here. As a matter of fact, I must have to come out of the shot a little bit here so you can see everything. All stacked up there. We'll go through one at a time. Good variety this time. Been trying to branch out to a few other things. So there's some more non-sport in here. There's some Sport Kings. There's some single cards, a little PC stuff. Again, some of everything. So let's just get right off the start here and see if I can slide these back a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room. Okay. So since we've got these boxes on top, we'll start with those. So this one here. So again, everything was opened ahead of time just to make sure that it's what it's supposed to be. I have an avalanche here. Okay. So this is a fun lot. I can get these out of here carefully. Okay. So these are all 1977 tops. Star Wars. This is from the yellow set. I don't think it's a complete set. I saw that there was a bunch of doubles in here. Let me get to my normal zoom here. But all from the original film. They're in really nice shape. Some pretty well centered ones. A lot of times you find these fairly beat up. It's not, the yellow set is not as important as the blue, which is the original set, which has like the blue Starfield border. And of course there's the red border, orange and green, I believe. But lots of great cards in here. They are from 1977, as you can see on the bottom there. So they are, 40 years old, 45 years old, I don't know, whatever. 50 years old? 50, gosh, I don't know. Can't do math this morning, it's too early, but you get the idea. So, the age and stuff. Star Wars isn't going away. Disney's keeping it alive and moving forward, so I think a lot of this stuff, original stuff. Here's another C-3PO. So you can see they're not all, it's not like a complete set or anything. Some aren't centered real well. Some are. That's just kind of how cards were back then. Droids in an escape pod. Some of them do have some soft corners. I'm guessing this was somebody who was trying to put together a set and didn't quite make it. And they've updated some of their cards. Princess Leia. Leia cards do extremely well. The Stormtroopers. I think some of these are repeat cards. I don't know that much about this stuff, to be honest with you. Even though I collected, I do have a complete, I actually might be missing one or two cards of the blue, the initial blue set, and a complete red set. I never really paid too close of attention to what cards were in each one, if they're duplicated in later colors. There's Vader. Gotta have some Vader. This is cool. Tarkin. Just awesome cards. They don't have to be perfect. I sell them, as most of them anyway, as some sort of a common. I think there's 170 cards here or something like that. So nice quantity. I got them for a good price. I actually don't have a yellow set, so I might have to pull some of these out for a PC. We'll see. But for now, that is the lot that I purchased. I'm going to continue to look for some original Star Wars stuff. I don't have any of the orange either, so there's a lot of Star Wars left to get. Okay, so let's do our, let me open this thing. I think it opens right here. Yeah, these are just tough to open. So again, another one shipped in a little box. I like these little boxes. I use them from time to time. They're good to take to card shows just to stack stuff in them. As you're purchasing and that. Okay, so this little box here is all Ben Roethlisberger. I think this is 50 cards. Ben Roethlisberger stuff sells well. I don't think they're going to have a franchise quarterback for a little while. Unless Kenny Pickett surprises me a bit. So I think that Steelers fans will continue to go after Roethlisberger stuff. It's kind of cool because there's some second-year stuff in here. This is from 05. Because he was drafted in 04, I believe. Yeah, 04. So a lot of second-year stuff. Even third-year tops stuff does okay. So nothing like super high-end or anything like that. Just a nice supply of Roethlisberger stuff to make a little bit of money on. Like I said, his stuff does sell pretty well. This one is... Wait, this is an 05, I think. Yeah, this is an 05, so there's another second year. So it's just enough. I think this is 07. Yeah, this is 05 as well. It's prestige. So there's just enough like second year stuff and just some lower end, base stuff that I can sell for a couple bucks a piece. Just to there's a green parallel. Just to bolster up some Roethlisberger inventory. I don't really find a lot when I'm digging through quarter and dime boxes. I don't know if a lot of sellers don't even consider him a semi-star or what, but I do, and a lot of other buyers do too. So I was happy to pick that up. Okay, this one is not for the PC. I do have one of these already, but I try to pick up these comic cards when they look like they're in nice shape, fairly well centered. They're harder to find. There is definitely a market specifically for those, and I like them. So this is off Favre, obviously, just for inventory. All right, next one. Okay, this is fun. Again, I've been buying more vintage. These are 58s, I believe. So just commons. I think Larry Morris is actually a Hall of Famer. I'm starting to learn more and more about the early 50s and the 60s players. Bill Barnes. But again, honestly, I don't care. As long as I can get them cheap enough and I can get, $4 or $5 a piece for them. I'm gonna keep bolstering up my inventory for those. Frank Verchione, Jack Butler, Don Heinrich was a quarterback for the Giants. Oh, it's always good to get quarterback cards. Brett Schneider. So did get a quarterback in that lot too, which is nice. I don't know if he was any good. Name doesn't sound familiar. Played for the Giants back in the day. But there's lots of those. And of course I can use the 2 holders as shipping supplies. So that's adds a little bit of value when I buy, as hopefully it comes in some containers I can reuse. Here's another vintage lot. This is cool. These are all 1952, I believe. Yeah, I got one mini. I'm not sure why there's a mini, but pretty cool. Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't know what position he played. Oh, he was a defensive end. So again, not a lot of names or anything, but there is I'm pretty sure there's a couple quarterbacks in here. There's a guard. It's a tackle. James Martin. Paul Tank Younger. I mean, there's some great names, some good pictures. He was a fullback. Vitamin Smith. It's a halfback. DeWitt Tex Coulter. Joseph Bach. Oh, here's a cool one. Bob Watson. I like that card. Another mini. I guess there's a few minis in here. Pat Donahue. I don't know who this... Oh, Dick Todd was a coach. Interesting. They had coach cards. Jerome Smith. There's another Emlyn Tunnel. John Schweeder. Ahead. Modzelewski. I mean, look how cool that card is. These are just awesome. Gene Schrader, Wayne Robinson. Ooh, from the University of Minnesota. So this must be a rookie. College to Pro football picture cards. 1952 Bowman. So I guess there's rookies in here too. That's cool. Dick Albin. So back, Claude Hips. See, this one says University of Georgia. So I think if it's in a college uniform, then it must be a rookie. Colonel of the Pacific. I don't know. They're just John Sandusky, a couple of these. He was a tackle for the Browns. Jerry Shipke. I mean, look at that card. That's amazing. Obviously, none are in, perfect shape or anything. Here's a quarterback, Steve Ramenek. He played for the Chicago Bears. Or Ramenek. Look at that old Bears logo. Joe Campanella out of Ohio State. He was a tackle. Name kind of sounds familiar. So here's Vito Babe Perilli. I think he was a quarterback too. Yeah, quarterback for the Green Bay Packers. I mean, there you go. A Packers quarterback. How can you go wrong there, right? From Kentucky. So this would have been his rookie card. I'm assuming that's what that means. I guess I have to look into these a little bit. Yeah, many collegiate records from 50 and 51. I mean, how cool is that? A rookie Green Bay Packers quarterback I got as a common card. I think that's amazing. Charlie Trippy. He's a back for the Chicago Cardinals. And Bert Rechachar. Yeah. Another rookie out of University of Tennessee. There's a bunch of rookie cards in here, so I guess I didn't realize that either. So what a sweet, sweet lot. If I'm trying to get the common lots where I can get them for, like $1 a card or so on this early 50s stuff, because then I ask $5 a piece for them as commons. And I'll look into some of these further. This Vito might be something I can do better with, a couple of the other rookies, but if I can, get them for $1 and then sell them for $5, that's a pretty solid turnaround. They don't come up super often. They don't sell super cheap if there's any stars or Hall of Famers in it. So it takes a little bit of shopping, but I've never been displeased with a vintage lot that I bought. This is actually a return. So I had sold one of these cards a couple months back, I think. I got another one in stock, so I just reused the picture from the last one. But apparently there's two different versions of this card. One has like a period at the end of a sentence and one doesn't. I don't know. I don't really pay attention to that stuff. So that was the one the buyer was looking for. So I said, yeah, no problem. Just send it back. So I'll actually photo that one and list it then, so I don't relist it wrong again. But full transparency, sometimes you get stuff wrong. There's no way you can know every single card, especially when I'm buying lots and just relisting them as lots. This is a couple of second-year Brady's, I think. Maybe it is just one. But $2.75, can't go wrong. I'm still trying to buy Brady's. I've seen a lot more Brady stuff pop up recently, so I'm hoping I can pick up some stuff this year. This is going to be his final playing year. I truly believe that. Especially with the, where his family's at right now. So let's appreciate him while he's still here. I know he has his enemies, of course, but you can't disagree with what he's accomplished. So yeah, it's just a 2002. Let's come out of the sleeve a tad. 2002 Brady, so second year. What's considered a second year since he didn't start in 2001. It's actually in really good shape. I don't see any whitening. Usually you see whitening on the corners, little edges, but it actually looks pretty darn good. So I'll look at this a little closer. It might be one I even want to keep. About $2.75 for a second-year Brady. I think that's I'm going to keep buying that stuff as much as I can. I can't see long-term it not holding some value. Okay, next, another return. This one's weird. I don't know why it was returned. I think he bought something and didn't know exactly what he bought, but he said there's a surface scratch on it. I remember looking at this card and I didn't see any scratches. So let's take a look. But anytime somebody wants to return a card, I don't really care. Just return it. I don't sell like high-end. People are returning it because the value went down type of stuff. I don't do any of that, so I don't really care. If somebody wants to return a $5 card, fine. But I don't see anything on the surface. So like I said, I remember I got this I bought this at a, it was in a $1 card lot thing, so I probably paid like 65 or 75 cents for it, somewhere in that area. So I mean, it didn't really cost me anything, but I remember looking at it and I don't remember seeing any damage or scratches. I guess we'll check the back. But I mean, you could even see my ring light passing through it, over it, and I don't see anything. So I don't know, weird. I guess he had to have some excuse on why he wanted to return it, but fine by me. I did get the top load back at least, so that's good. So pretty unusual. I don't have returns very often, and I had 2 at one time this week. So obviously the more you sell, the more you're going to get returns, so I guess that makes sense. This one I was really excited about. This is the second time I've picked up one of these at a pretty discounted price. These were super tough pulls. They're very popular. They sell well. They're not too hard to grade. If the plastic on them is in good shape when it was applied correctly. Some of them you get kind of like a bubbling and stuff, but the stained glass look is just stellar. So I picked up another one of those. That's going to go in the store because I already have one in my PC, and I actually already have one in the store. So what I'll do now, I had it pretty high priced in the store. So what I'll do now is reduce the price and add the second one in there, and that should help start to move them too. This one's for my PC. Wanted one of these for a while. I got a good deal on this. I think Kobe stuff is really going to explode again in value. I think the basketball market has seen its bottom. This isn't a terrible wavy sleeve, so I'm going to take it out of here and re-sleeve it real quick. But this is a fairly rare card. I mean, the gold medallions were not an easy pull. It's got a little smudge on there I gotta clean off. I can tell that's just like a smudge though. But anyway, the gold medallions were fairly, it wasn't like you got 10 in a pack or anything. They were somewhat tough to pull a specific player. I really like the gold foil on the Encore and Rookie versus the silver, which is on the base version. So you can see right there it says Gold Medallion Edition. I do have the base Rookie of this, but I saw them going for 50, 60 bucks in August, which I thought was a pretty good price. A couple had gone earlier for like in the 30s, which I was happy to pay that for it. So I got this one for 33 bucks. I'm pretty excited about that. I think a parallel gold medallion Fleer Ultra inserts. I mean, the platinum medallion's obviously the big ringer, but gold medallion's pretty popular. Fleer Ultra as a product was pretty popular, so I think that's a good one to have. Gold, you can never go wrong with anything gold. We've talked about that a lot on this channel. This, I'm going to pull out. No, these weren't shipped this way. I just put them in the envelope that way because they were wrapped in like cellophane and taped and blah, blah, blah. I had to basically cut them out of there. So I just sort of slid them back in the envelope just to, get them onto my desk for this video. But I bought another lot of Sport Kings. Didn't get quite as good a deal on this one as the first one. I got 64 cards for 99 cents. I wish I could find another one of those. Because these have sold really well for me. A couple minis here. There's Bosch, Lindan, Brett Favre. I actually might need this one. It's the green mini. I have to check. James Creighton, Devon Larratt, or Larratt. He's an arm wrestling champ. Greg Maddux, Julius Erving. That's a cool card. Lindan, full size. Bodie Miller, Joe Niekro, Matt Kenseth, Phil Simms, Joe Niekro. I don't think there's any parallels or anything in here. Ron Darling just sold one of those this week. James Moore, Bicycling and Penter. Phil Simms, Carl Hubble, Harvey Keane, Zinzane Brook. I don't know who that is. Is he a boxer? Rugby player. Pretty cool. Piazza just sold one of those too. Gabby Douglas, Amos Russi, Pavo Nurmi. Is he a bicycler? Track and field star. Bodie Miller, Julius Erving just sold one of those too. Carl Hubble. I like this one, Black Caviar, who's a horse racing horse. I think that's pretty cool. They made cards of the horses. Jim McMahon and another Pavo Nurmi. Now, is that a different background for that Pavo? Pavo. Let's see. No, they're the same. So anyway, I'm going to continue to buy those. There's a strange little market for them. They've sold pretty well, and I just enjoy them. I like the multi-sport effect to them. I think they look cool. The designs are cool, and they're really super cheap. So that part is good too for me. Another one where I just slid the cards in. These were, well, actually they're still kind of packed together anyway, but let's see if I can. So this, again, kind of a unique buy for me. I don't ever buy this player stuff until now, but due to the milestone he's going to reach and the fact that he's at the end of his career, I thought it was good to look for a little lot of these. I've sold a few Pujols cards that I had lying around myself for a while, but I get a pretty decent deal on this. And again, I'm just looking for lots, things that I feel like I can make some flip on. So this is an 02 Upper Deck piece of history. So second year Pujols. I think this is 02 Ovation. Is this 02? Yeah, this is 02. So these are all second year Pujols, and he's going to be a 700 home run hitter in a few days. I'm hoping. He just hit 697. This 206 card is ridiculously cool. 2002. Yeah, these should all be 2002. Fleer Authentics. And then this is Showcase. I really like the card sets from 02. I've talked about 2002 sets in the past. They were a little bit less printed. The market was kind of stagnant at the time. Cards had lost a lot of their popularity, so they didn't print as much. And I think a lot of the designs were really cool. So, pretty sweet. Some Pujols. This one as well. I think I just kind of set them in there. They're kind of falling apart on me here. Okay. That might have not been the best way to do this one, but again, they weren't packed this way. I just brought them upstairs this way. Open my mail in the kitchen area and then bring them upstairs. Okay, this is a bunch of Elway. Big Elway lot. Elway does okay. I don't sell a ton of Elway. He's not like my biggest seller, but I got these for a pretty good price. And again, I'm just trying to have a good supply of all kinds of players with market. I talk about that. Players with hobby. Cards in stock. So, even if I just sell a few of these, every week or so, every couple weeks, I still think that it's worth it to have them. Problem with Elway is he was a player during like the some of the worst years for printing cards, the early 90s and stuff. Late 80s. I mean, there's 90 Fleer. That's cool. That 05 Contenders, I like that. Or 95 Contenders, I should say. Upper Deck. There's Mint. Some more Upper Deck. Some Tops. Some more Tops. That Hot Gun card's pretty cool. I like those. Overprinted, but I still think they're cool. Upper Deck. Some Upper Deck. Upper Deck Throwback Uniform. That's cool. 95 Tops. Pro Line. There's Jim Kelly in here randomly, so that's okay. I like Jim Kelly. Some Summit. This one's cool. This is the redemption card, so these are actually pretty tough to come across. Broncos versus Raiders. Broncos whooped up on them, 27-0. But I've had the Favre and I think Cunningham card when he was with the Vikings. I've had that card, the redemption card, and it's done pretty well. Here's Elite, Certified, Pacific. These were 90. Is this 93? 94. 94 Pacific. A little less printed set. Some Fleer. Some 89 Tops. 88 Tops. So we've got a few earlier Tops years too, which is nice. Stadium Club. These Super Bowl cards from Skybox Premium. When unfortunately they beat my Favre-led Packers. Not a Packers fan, but I am a Favre fan, as y'all know. Wild cards, more Mints, Tops. NFL Experience from Classic. Here's another wild card. So, yeah, as you can see, nothing super fancy. Oh, this is a good one. Provisions. I do very well with those. So that's good. Might make my money right there. Top Stars, a 3-star, which is nice. Some more wild card. Upper Deck. Edge. Some 91. First Year Stadium Club. Let's see what else we got here. Apologize for the time consumption here. I didn't know these were kind of sliding around in there. Should have paid better attention when I brought them up. Another Summit, some Score. There's a Troy Aikman randomly in there. So, Score Select. There's another one of those Provisions. This action pack card's pretty cool. Here's an insert, Greatest Plays out of Fleer Premium. Career Passing Accomplishment, that's cool. There's another insert, MVP Silver. So, yeah, I can definitely do something with this. 88. Some 94 Tops. Lots of multiples of cards, which, you know, that's just going to be kind of how it goes when you buy these big lots like this. But yeah, 94 Fleer. I think this is going to be a decent buy in the long run. Take me a while to sell those, but again, it's a very extremely small investment in them. And I add another chunk of a player into my inventory, which is always good. All right, here's a couple packs for my non-sport wax. There's actually 2 orders in here. ET for both of these, and then here's a couple leftover Elways. Impact Power, Topps True Champions insert. So there we go. So that's it for this video. Thanks again so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.